And so with airports, what would be an airport that is about the size of, say, Holdings Airport as far as runway length, amount of property, that we could use as a good reference point to say this is what potentially could come into the future based off of having a mixed-use facility where you have MRE, MRO.
I would say it's not so much runway length. We tend to, people call me up all the time and other economic developers say, well, you know, what's the runway length for here? What's the runway? Well, as long as the runway's long enough for whatever airplane you want to land there, the rest of it doesn't really matter. It really matters what's around the airport. As I tell folks, you can only make so much money off of selling jet fuel or avgas to people who just happen to be passing through. You have to make your airport a destination. People have to have a reason to come to your airport. That can be you have corollary businesses that locate in the area and they use your airport as a transportation hub. It can be that you have aerospace, aviation businesses on the airport, like maintenance, repair, and overhaul, where people are bringing aircraft for maintenance or modification. So you have to figure out, again, it's not so much length, it's how do you make it a destination? And that has more to do with not that strip of concrete out there, but the community and what you have to offer, and what other businesses and what other things can you bring to the table. So I'm not trying to duck your question, but there's only, I think Blake probably knows better than me, but I was looking at the other day, I think there's only 10, you're in the top 10 runways in the state. I think that's right. Nod your head. Is that right? Yeah, in terms of length. So, you know, you're in the top 10 in the state already of the 104 in terms of length and your taxiways and all those things. But again, how do you differentiate yourself? Because you are in a competition. There are 103, let's take Hartsville, 102 other airports that when prospects come to the state of Georgia and they're looking for, they say, well, we want property on an airport. There are 102 airports that raise their hands. And we at the state, we don't pick and choose. We gather the information up and we put it in front of the prospect and they look at it and say, well, I'd like to visit them, and them. So it's how you differentiate your destination. And a lot of times it's not the length of the runway. It's a lot of other factors, other businesses, because businesses aren't self-contained. They locate your airport, they want to know there's other businesses nearby that can support them, subcontractors, things like that, that they can use for their business. So again, it's making that airport a good destination for business to help draw out there. Not so much, once you got so much concrete, you're done, you're there.